Here we go. Real quick go over of some crafting tips. My first bit of advice is when you're doing Wasteland stuff, it's really tempting to do big armor and bulky armor, and it's really fun to do that stuff, but Atomic Falls is generally pretty hot outside, and for the most part I recommend going lighter first. So if you're tempted to go down that road, I recommend you go with something easier, like maybe I bought these at a thrift store here. There's like some kids' shoulder pads, but I would start with something like this and maybe just do half on like one shoulder, like that. Here, I'll put them on over each other. But you know what I mean, like something like that instead of going for like a full setup, because it's going to get annoying walking around with that stuff. So I recommend starting out with t-shirts. So this is a t-shirt that I did last night, and you can see it's all worn. I bought this at the Army Surplus for $10. They have a bunch. The good thing is it's not cotton, it's like that quick wicking stuff, but it also still kind of has that cotton look to it. And I'm going to kind of show you how I did this effect and made this shirt like this. Here's the back. You can kind of see it has those lines down it. I like it. I think it's cool. It also has my, where are you? There it is. I did a little thing with my skull and wolf on there. You could do a stencil as well. Okay, so to do a t-shirt, first go buy a t-shirt. I recommend sticking to the military colors, black, gray, green, or this was a tan shirt. They tend to work really well. And then for girls, I really recommend watching one of those videos that's like cut up a shirt and make it into like kind of like a better fitting shirt, so it's not just like a giant t-shirt hanging over you. It can actually have like maybe some lines in front, it can like fit around your waist. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, but I know Danielle's done some of it, so it's pretty good. Next thing you're gonna need is really important. I also bought this at the Army Surplus. This was $2. This knife works great. It's a serrated knife, okay? I've used a saw blade, I've used other things. I find that I like the knife the best. Some people make their own like little contraptions to do this, but you don't have to. And essentially, like, you want to just take this and kind of, you'll see I'm getting these rips here, and kind of make those. And I like making like a pattern. Like, so like I'll pick like, I think I'm gonna do like a streak across the chest with this one. So like this way. So I just pick my direction, and I'll go a little bit at a time, and through. I'm not going to do the whole shirt. I'll do one streak. One thing that I found that does help after, so right now I'm kind of doing this, I'm making my streak. Okay, kind of got it. It could have probably been better, but you can kind of see I've got this like gash across the chest there. Okay. One thing I like doing is when I'm done, I brought it. Do either of you guys have a lighter?
I don't think I do.
No, that's fine. I like taking a lighter to this because it will actually, some of these hairs will kind of shrink them up, and it'll actually give it a little black look too. But yeah, you put in a couple of those, you know, maybe do a few patterns, maybe make a cross here or whatever. Oh yeah, thank you. So you can see here, if I go here, yes, it will catch on fire. I'm more worried about melting the rubber gloves myself. Too much. It's going to be harder with the rubber gloves, so usually in my hands I can feel it. Okay. You see it kind of just naturally pulls it apart a little bit more. And it also gives you a little bit more control, so you can like, say if my line wasn't straight, I can kind of like burn it into the straight area. Okay. But you see it adds some more character there. I like it. Alright. I usually will go over the collar too. I'm not going to do that just yet. The collar is where you really want to use the lighter because it gets super frayed. I'll show you real quick. You can see me. But see how the collar just doesn't look too good. It kind of looks like this. See how this like tear once you hit it with this? It ends up looking a lot better. I don't know, just not as messy. It kind of melts it all into each other, and you still get that rugged look right there at the top. All right. Okay. For the sleeves, now on this one, you don't have to do this. I like it. I usually chop off the ends of my sleeves, where the fold of the fabric is. You see the tops, the bottoms, the sides. I just like that look. It's totally optional. If you're going to do that, do the same thing that you were doing earlier. Go all the way around like this. And kind of but I go the whole way around, and then actually once I'm done going around, I'll start cutting after where I want. And I'll kind of just cut from dot to dot, and okay. You can kind of see how I get that look there. If I went the whole way around, you'd get that sleeve off. Alright, so next the weathering, and that's what involves paint. So I bought fabric paint from Hobby Lobby. I got black, white, brown, and yellow, because I kind of mix the brown and yellow together. Get like a dirt color. Other ones, it doesn't matter. Okay, here are the two. One thing I recommend doing is diluting it a lot whenever you're going to do this. So I've got just a little bit of fabric paint in this thing and a lot of water. And I will kind of hit it like this and let it seep in and spread out. Now if I don't like what it's doing, I can go in and just take some water and add it right here. Okay.
Most of it clothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it had to be something costume related if you had Andy's attention for so long.
Yeah.
That's cool. You guys look great in the.
Hi guys. Oh, there's Ethan. Great job.
Excellent.
You should. I've got the black, brown, and white here. Alright. And I kind of mix them together. And you'll see I get this nice, like, almost burnt, scorched area right up there. And the more water you add, the more it kind of blends in. So I kind of got like a tie-dye effect. I mixed it all together, and I got this shirt fairly wet, and I hung it up like this. And when I got done, it kind of made those natural streaks in there. It looked kind of cool. Okay, and if you want more, you can even go after the fact. You can take a sponge, you can get some of this paint, just a little bit, and just kind of maybe pick like a few areas, like here. Get a little white.
Your phone's at 15%, by the way.
Thank you. Don't want too much white in this one, actually. It's really fine without it. I like the tones it currently has. So like right here, I've got too much white. I literally just take some water and mix it in. and it'll kind of blend it in a little bit more. Okay, that's how I get the t-shirts. I think that's the easy way to do it. Next thing I'm going to show you is how I do like armor, or for this case I'm going to do weapons. So here's an example of a glove that I've done. And then here's an example of what the glove looks like. There's a before and after. Okay, and I'll show you kind of how I did that. Same thing, I take the knife and go around and hit it in a few spots. But with this one, and then next I do the same thing with this. I just put some spots where I kind of go through here, rub that in. Oh, try not to get it on my jeans, it is fabric paint. Okay, let's hit it with some brown. Just gonna go real fast. And then I'm going to get some white in there, just a few spots. Alright, so I kind of got like a base, it just looks a little dirty. Now I got to add like some better effects. So I'm going to take like some whites first, and I'm going to kind of go, just dash it in there, and then I'm going to kind of, if I feel like it doesn't look right, I'm just going to kind of rub it in and blend it in a little bit with my finger here. I'll get a little black. And a little brown. Okay. But same kind of thing that you do with the t-shirt to just stress this. The other step, which I can't do right now because I can't go outside, it's raining outside, there's tornadoes and flooding, I hope my house doesn't flood, is you can, once you're done with it, you can take it outside, and I recommend getting regular, just dirt, colored dirt, and then getting some kind of like white, and sprinkling some on there, rubbing it in, and then spraying it with matte spray paint. And then kind of rubbing that off, and then spraying it with like the other tone, like either the white first, then the dirt first, and the white, just depending on the look you're going for. Rub it in, spray it with the enamel matte spray paint. It's just clear, and that will just kind of act as like a glue that sticks that into like all the little creases, and you get this nice look. So if you see this gun right here, you'll see some of that look. Okay, it looks real good on armor, so it just kind of gets that stuff in there, and then the spray paint just kind of goes on top and holds it in like a glue. Okay, and it's not too much that it feels sticky or adds a texture, it's just enough to add it in there and make it look a little dirty and worn. Okay, next I'm going to show you, so if you do decide to go with armor instead of clothes, this is one side of this gun that I've done, okay, here, where I've done the effect, and here's the other side that I haven't. Okay, now this would work on like your shoulder pads, any kind of armor, gun that you want to bring, knife, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to flip to this side. I'm using acrylic paints for this. I've mixed this brownish, goldish color and this yellow to kind of make like a dirty rust color. I'm going to take this paintbrush, and I've already mixed it. Hopefully it hasn't dried. And I'm just going to kind of go over here, and I'm going to paint this guy. And I know it probably looks like I'm putting a lot on there right now, but actually I'm not. Okay, painting, kind of covering up all the spaces. See, I got that paint all over it, and I'm just going to kind of rub it off. And that's what's going to do is I'm going to get kind of in the creases and give it that kind of dirty look, like it's got rust in the cracks and stuff. Okay. So once I've got that, I need to switch to like some thicker stuff. So that was a little diluted down with water. So it's just a mix of these two, and I'm out of it, so I'm going to mix some more. This is a little thicker. And I'm gonna kind of hit some of the areas that I really want more detail. Might do this. Like this metal right here, it looks way too shiny. I'm gonna hit that. That thicker paint's gonna stay to it a lot better. Okay. I like kind of like this, the pieces I add that are already rusted, I kind of like adding a little bit of paint on top of it because it helps blend the natural effect into the fake effect. Okay, then I'm going to take some darker tones. I'm just going to mix a little bit of that in there. Okay. So you can kind of see how I went to like getting like a more rusted effect. One thing I should have done before I started that is I wanted to glue this on this side. I just use super glue for that. You can use anything. I like super glue because I have an activator with it, so you can buy regular old super glue. There's a bunch of glues you can use, but the super glue doesn't require me to use a clamp. Drop that right on there. Like that. Cool thing about this glue is like, I do this from modeling. I do build the airplanes and stuff, but they have this activator, and when you spray it on there, it instantly dries all that super glue. So you don't have to wait, and it's a really strong bond. And I need to go back over this a little bit. Get that. Darker color. Okay, now the thing that we did a ton of work for earlier today, guys. So I forgot to bring, Danielle was going to bring me cinnamon and she didn't. So we had to do it with a knife. I've got ground cinnamon in here. I'm going to pour a little bit of glue. And I have to mix that. Mix it with this. Glue. By the way, I have successfully done the cinnamon challenge before, if you've ever heard of that. You eat a tablespoon of cinnamon without spitting it up. But you put it in here, it's Elmer's glue I'm mixing with the cinnamon, which is essentially just a rust-colored wood or stick. Okay, I get that paste. And I couldn't do this before and show you because the glue would have dried when we were waiting to make this video. I'm going to get some of this cinnamon paste and I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit some of these things I made. And you can see it's going to add a little texture and color to it and depth that's going to make it almost look rusted. Okay. Can you see it?
I think so. You can see it a lot better in person.
Oh yeah. Well, here. You can turn on the flashlight if you need to. It might not let you though. On my phone, I think it has like hit the light. So I'm just going through here and grabbing the cinnamon and Elmer's glue.
Throw production now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm adding it in there, kind of rubbing it in. Whatever I don't like, I can sand out later. That's probably too much. Okay. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. It leaves these flakes that almost look like something's rusted off. And like, see how this area probably got too much? Once that dries, I would hit it with some sandpaper, which I had out, till I get it to where I want it. So like that stuff, if I don't like it, just hit it with some sandpaper, and you get like a nice, cool, rusted look. So you look at the bottom of this clip, you can see it's got some of that cinnamon in there. Here it hasn't dried yet, so like right now it's a little lighter color. It'll be a little bit of a darker orange later on. But you can see, and all I did was just super glue this stuff on here. You can use bolts, metal, whatever you find, just glue it to it, and you can have a cool weapon or armor. It's a really easy way to go. So that's my recommendation on like how to make some easy clothes, make some easy armor. If you want to do like a weapon, you can. You don't have to. If you want to do a stencil, we have some. You can just use spray paint for that. I'll probably do a stencil on this one that I'm making right now. Alright, and one other cool thing is like, so if you go to the Army Surplus, you can also buy a bunch of badges. So this I actually got from Antique, or a flea market. I don't even know what that means, I'm not a military guy. But I added them on there. I got like a little bag full of badges and pins. And you're welcome to borrow some or have some. I'll probably have them with me. I'm not going to use them all. So you can add some of this onto your costume. Looks cool. Okay. Once again, I recommend going light. If you don't stress about having a costume too much, there's costumes there that you can trade for or buy. So if you got something cool to trade, like these little pouches, I've got like a military hat, I've got like weird stuff that, I don't know, you think someone out there might want, bring it, you could trade it. You can also just, sometimes I just do cash too, so sometimes people just gift you stuff. You can also like, one of the events I went to in Atlanta, they had a whole booth made just for making your stuff there. So you could bring like any t-shirt, you could have the t-shirt that you have on, you could take it to the booth and you could wasteland it out right there. Of course, that one was also in a junkyard, so you could grab stuff and throw it on there. But yeah, see if I have any other examples of stuff that you guys can see. Yeah, here's this gun I'm working on. I'm going to attach this skull right here. But don't be afraid to go a little bit more tribal with it if you want. Or we all are supposed to have animal names, so. But just have fun with it. Don't stress out about it. It's going to be fun. Last year, Sarah came with 0 costume, and she got there. Someone gave her a costume, and she had a blast. You're going to have a good time. This is just some tips to help you figure something out. All right? Good luck.
Bye.